Welcome back. Recreational marijuana has been legal here in Connecticut since January 2021, but since then we are seeing much more use in at-risk populations like kids, even pregnant women. So how dangerous really is it? Dr. Ali is joining us live here on Connecticut's Morning Buzz to talk more about this. An important conversation, of course, and I don't think a lot of people really know the risks.
Absolutely. We've been seeing a large number of pregnant women in the last couple of years using edibles or cannabis, marijuana, to combat, nausea, especially during pregnancy, or the stress even of pregnancy. But now a study came out in the Journal of the American Medical Association on Monday showing over 4.5 million women who were in the study that those who did use cannabis during any trimester of their pregnancy had babies who were on average lower birth weight. And this is causing some concern. Now, we don't have a cause and effect relationship yet because we're just looking at data, but that's a lot of people in the study, so we can't really just ignore this data. We do know that, the active ingredient in marijuana, THC, affects the brain. And, the developing fetus, we don't know exactly how this can actually affect the brain of the developing fetus, but we know it affects kids. And the developing brain is still undergoing development until age 25. So it's not only about pregnancy, but we're also seeing it in kids who are using a lot more of marijuana.
And unfortunately, it's also because a lot of these products, as we've talked about, the gummies, they look like candy.
Right. Well, the gummies are CBD, so that's a different type.
There are some with THC, though.
Exactly.
Right?
And, in Connecticut, you have to be age 21 to, go to an official dispensary to get cannabis, to get marijuana. Attorney General William Tong has been working very hard in Connecticut to get rid of these, what we see here on the screen here, with the FDA is cracking down on these kind of items that look, just like chips, like Cheetos or like Doritos, and this is flooding the market. I mean, it's definitely have gotten, a lot of attention, and we're cracking down in Connecticut, but these are, kids can, really ingest 100 times the amount of an adult dose of THC active ingredient in these kind of snacks.
Right.
So it's absolutely very dangerous. And, the CBD gummies, even they have some side effects, especially in younger children under the age of 10 or 13 who may just take them as candy. So we're seeing a lot of emergency room visits where, children are being treated for cannabis overdose. I mean, the CDC estimates that, and they did a survey of high school students, and on average, high school students report using cannabis. 30% of high school students report using cannabis at least once in the last 12 months. Some as high as 6% say they're using it every single day. So we do know that it does have some effects on the development of the brain. So we want to really try to warn parents about using cannabis before age 25. And yes, you are allowed to use it 21 and above.
Sure.
But, with moderation in recreational cannabis after age 21. But the whole thing about pregnancy, I think this study is now getting the attention of more researchers so we can kind of understand, because everybody's asking me, so doctor, is there a safe amount of cannabis that I can use during pregnancy? The answer is we do not know. So this is going to help us try to, go that next route and try to understand more. We also noticed that from that study, a lot more women who use cannabis during pregnancy have a high risk of preeclampsia, which is a very dangerous condition where the blood pressure can skyrocket, and it can be an emergency.
Dangerous for both baby and mom.
Absolutely.
And going back to those photos that we were showing with some of the products that look like everyday candy or chips, I think it's important to note here that should adults be using these items responsibly and have them in the home, lock them up.
Absolutely.
A kid may not even know what they are.
Right. I mean, and, with recreational cannabis, there's moderation in everything.
Right.
Too much of anything can cause side effects. We can see a lot of gastrointestinal side effects. Obviously, very important to know, it's like alcohol. Don't get into a car. Don't drive a boat if you have used cannabis.
It's illegal.
it's illegal. Absolutely.
All right. Well, we always appreciate you keeping us up to date with what's happening in the medical world and, of course, these important conversations. Always nice to have. So thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
Of course. And we will have this on our website, WTNH.com, and we will be right back.